Intermediate, aula 3 do segundo mês, ou 23ª aula, reading passage, Water on the Earth. Hello everyone again. Hello Oscar. How are you? Gloria, is everything
Hi, teacher. Is everything all right? And about you?
Good, good. Everything is good today. Okay, let me see. Carol, how are you? Very good? Carol, are you all right? Are you listening to me? Hello again, Maria Eduardo, Dirce, Regina. Okay?
Hi, teacher.
Okay, yesterday we were talking about a very important passage with a lot of words, new words for you, but that were kind of easy to understand because they are very similar to Portuguese, as you remember, right? But it's concerning a topic that I would say very important nowadays, water, okay? The consequences of it that it has in the nature, and who is causing all the erosion that is destroying our planet and so on. Usually us, okay? But anyway, let me share my screen with you so that we started the reading as far as I remember. I don't really remember where we stopped, as I usually don't, but I always have a lot of good assistants to remind me. But anyway, as this is a long and important passage, I will give you one more chance to listen, try to repeat, especially words that you have never seen before, okay? So you will get not only the pronunciation, the perfect pronunciation, but also the rhythm of the reading, okay? Which is essential to talk like a native speaker, okay? Not like a brazuca trying to speak English, okay? That's not my intention, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I'm doing it again. Listen, just Gloria, signal to me because your camera is always on, which I love it. Okay, the other people are shy. They don't want to show their faces, okay? So,
Teacher.
yes, yeah, I don't want to listen comments about it, okay? Marcia from the previous class sent me today a picture of another online class that she takes just to show me all the students had the cameras on, all, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, which was very nice, okay? All the students, yes, had the cameras on.
Water on the earth.
It's difficult. Difficult is for me, okay?
Especially today, I don't use my PJs, but normally, usually, I stay with PJs in the class. I wear PJs in the classes.
But I love your penguin.
Shall on your face.
You see,
Oh my gosh.
but I'll give you an example. If you go to video, just to illustrate, I'll show you something you're looking at my face, right? You see, if you go to settings in the video, there are a lot of things that you can do. Just as an example, I will show myself in a different way if the computer helps me. Okay, look at this, for example. How is it now?
Oh, it's good.
Or I can be on the stage for you, you see?
Okay.
And you are my audience, okay? Or
Okay.
I can be like a lot of...
It's better.
I like this.
Or, you see, like in a frame, okay?
Okay.
Or There are many filters that you can apply, like an old radio. Okay. I think that now, because of the situation of the COVID-19 is getting worse again in Italy, I will give classes like this.
Ah, very good. This is very good.
This is very good.
Or if you prefer, I also have this.
I know.
See, it's funny. The masks, they move. Okay.
Very good.
I love this one.
It's better.
So if you, in case you get infected, I will be 100% sure it was not from me. Okay. All right. So you see, you have
Teacher, your students look like many bottles of bowling.
they look like what?
Bottles of bowling.
Bowling.
Bowling, boliche. Garrafas de boliche.
Bowling balls.
Bowling ball.
Balls.
Yes.
Bowling bottles.
Yeah, I only see here like names. Regina, for me, she's an eternal teenager, okay? She surprised me since the first time.
Oh, I amaze you.
Erica, I don't believe. She puts on her makeup every night to watch classes, but she doesn't show herself. Carol has a very pretty PJ with a penguin, but she doesn't like to show.
Teacher, come on.
See, this class is unique.
Is the better.
Yeah.
In my defense, we have private classes on 7 a.m. So it's impossible to use my penguin PJs.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, I'll be on the TV for you today, all right? So
Yes.
I'll be broadcasting live, okay?
A old TV, teacher.
Well, with an old teacher, so what's the difference?
No have a remote control.
No.
You have the
If you have something, if you want to change, you have to get up, turn our camera on, come here to change the dials, okay?
I have television like this, teacher.
And does it work?
Yes.
Holy moly.
When I was a kid, my first
yes.
television is like this.
Oh, but it doesn't work
Yes, it's
anymore,
electric.
right?
Yes.
It works?
It's
Yeah,
impossible. It's
no, I don't have
analogical
anymore.
system.
My first television
Yes.
look like
okay.
that.
Okay, me too.
When
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Oscar said, this would not work nowadays because the signal has changed.
No,
Yes,
Now
yes.
it's digital. It's not analogic anymore.
Yeah.
Understand? Yes. Okay. Anyway, let's listen again.
When I was a baby. Yeah, when I was a baby.
Okay, I don't want to go into that matter because I will just show that I'm very old. I don't want to talk about this, sorry. Okay, I will play again. Follow, please follow. Try to repeat along.
By Elaine Mao.
Are you listening?
Water makes up nearly
Yeah.
3/4 of the
Yes.
Earth's surface, but it does more than just cover our planet. It also plays a vital role in shaping it. Consider the Grand Canyon. Measuring 277 miles long, 18 miles wide and more than 1 mile deep, it is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and attracts more than 5 million visitors per year. This geological marvel was created by the waters of the Colorado River through the processes of weathering and erosion. Weathering is the process by which moving water breaks down soil, rock and minerals, and erosion is the process by which the flowing water transports soil and rock from one spot and deposits it elsewhere. The two processes often occur in conjunction. Weathering and erosion are very slow processes. Geologists believe the Colorado River has been flowing through the Grand Canyon for at least 17 million years, and it has been gradually shaping the canyon this entire time. The flowing water of the river and its tributaries has carved away at the rock of the Colorado Plateau, creating the site we are familiar with today. Caves and caverns are another example of weathering and erosion. Limestone caves, such as the Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, are formed when rainwater mixes with carbon dioxide in the ground and wears away at the limestone. Sea caves, which can be found along coastlines, are formed when powerful waves crash against the shore and break away chunks of rock. Ice caves are formed when glaciers melt, and the ice melt flows across the ground as a stream. You don't have to travel very far to see the effects of weathering and erosion for yourself, though. If you've ever been to the beach, you've already seen evidence of how powerful of a force moving water can be, and all you had to do was look down. The sand covering the beach is actually the result of rocks being broken down into tiny pieces and then washed ashore by the waves. Although weather and erosion are responsible for creating beautiful sights such as sandy beaches and the Grand Canyon, there are many negative consequences as well. Landslides are some of the most dangerous side effects of erosion. When hillsides or mountainsides are gradually worn away, they can become unstable and break down, especially when triggered by extreme weather such as floods, heavy rain or snow. Every year, landslides cause massive amounts of property damage and casualties. Erosion is a natural process, and it is often beneficial for the planet. However, excessive erosion can cause major problems, including desertification and the ecological collapse of entire areas. If erosion happens at a pace faster than the land can regenerate itself, this can render the land desert-like and incapable of supporting life. Believe it or not, soil is actually a valuable and non-renewable resource, as it contains nutrients and minerals crucial for agricultural productivity. It takes thousands and thousands of years to build up enough soil in a region for the land to be productive, but erosion can wear it away much faster than that, especially at the rate it has been occurring in recent decades. Over the past 40 years, the world has lost 30% of its agriculturally productive land as a result of erosion. Although erosion occurs naturally at a very slow rate, human activities have sped up the process by an estimated 10 to 40 times globally. The biggest culprit is unsustainable agricultural practices and the industrialization of agriculture. The mechanized equipment used in modern agriculture allows for deep plowing of the soil. This breaks the soil into finer particles, which is desirable for agriculture because it facilitates planting and also increases the plant's access to oxygen. However, deep plowing also increases the amount of soil that is vulnerable to being washed away by erosion. Throughout much of history, plowing had to be done manually, and it was a labor-intensive process. With the mechanization of agriculture, farmers are able to plow much deeper and more often than ever before, resulting in disastrous consequences for soil quality. The effect of erosion on soil productivity has been felt all over the world, in Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, the United States and Southern and Eastern Europe. In more affluent countries, the use of artificial fertilizer has become more prevalent as a way to offset the reduction in soil quality that occurs when the nutrient-rich layers of topsoil are washed away. However, This in turn has created a new set of problems. Over-application of fertilizer is common, and much of the excess gets washed away and transported to nearby bodies of water, where the nutrients in the fertilizer can upset the local ecosystem. Deforestation has also played a role in the rapid increase in erosion globally. Trees and plant roots naturally bind the soil and anchor it to prevent too much from being washed away. They also provide cover and reduce the speed at which rain hits the ground, absorbing much of the impact. This allows the water to trickle to the ground and absorb slowly, rather than flow over the surface and wash away the soil. Deforestation of lands for agriculture and development has rendered large regions of the world unproductive. The effect is amplified in areas that are used for urban development, where the ground is covered with a layer of asphalt or concrete. These surfaces make it difficult for water to penetrate the ground, and increase the volume of runoff to surrounding areas. In addition, the runoff from urban areas is often polluted with fuel, oil and other chemicals. Lastly, climate change has led to more extreme climate events, including extreme rainfall and hurricanes. Scientists predict that increased rainfall intensity and quantity will lead to greater rates of erosion. Rising sea levels have also increased the rate of coastal erosion, which has been increasingly problematic for low-lying developed areas along the coast, such as in Florida and Hawaii. As erosion has become a bigger problem in past decades, scientists have been working to better understand the phenomenon. In 1965, American scientists came up with the universal soil loss equation, a way to estimate soil erosion by raindrop impact and surface runoff. The mathematical equation has since been applied all over the world, helping scientists predict which conservation measures will have the greatest impact on reducing soil loss. Scientists have found that the most effective way to reduce soil loss from erosion is to increase the amount of vegetative cover, from grass, plants and trees, for example, on the ground. In recent years, there has also been a gradual shift toward more ecologically conscious agricultural practices. Societies around the world have begun to feel the devastating effects of decades of unsustainable agricultural practices and deforestation, and many have started taking preventative measures. As the consequences of modern industrial agriculture have become apparent, farmers have been encouraged to take steps to reduce erosion. It is now considered good practice to minimize plowing of the land to preserve the integrity of the soil. Crop rotation is a good alternative. Planting different kinds of crops can improve soil structure and keep the soil enriched with necessary nutrients and minerals, and with better soil, frequent plowing becomes less necessary. However, despite all measures to prevent soil loss, it's important to remember that humans will never have complete control over the processes of weathering and erosion. Water will continue to shape the world we live in, sometimes for better and sometimes for worse, and it's up to us to simply make the best of it.
Excellent. How was it? Better understanding today or no?
Yeah.
More than yesterday.
Yes, more than yesterday. I agree.
And less than tomorrow, for sure.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course.
I hope
Yes.
sure.
Where did we stop reading this part? My assistants, please.
We stopped
The
in the
second
page 5.
Yeah, page 6,
Erosion
in
is
the beginning of the page.
Begin on page 6.
Yeah.
6, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Erosion.
here.
Erosion.
Okay,
Yeah, teacher.
so
Erosion.
our penguin girl, would you give us the pleasure of starting?
Yes, sure, teacher. Let me.
Stretch your mouth.
Okay. Exactly. Erosion is a natural process and it is often beneficial for the planet. However, excessive erosion can cause major problems, including desertification and ecological collapse in the interior areas. If erosion happens at a pace faster than the land can regenerate itself, this can render the land desert-like and incapable of supporting life. Believe it or not, soil is actually available and no renewable resources, as it contains nutrients and minerals crucial for agricultural productivity. It takes thousands and thousands of years to build up enough soil in a region for the land to be productive, but erosion can wear it away much faster than that, especially at the rate it has been occurring in recent decades. Over the past 4 years, the world has lost 30% of its agriculturally productive land as a result of erosion. Agriculturally.
Okay, Carol, I have, it was good in general. I have just made notes here. The first one was if erosion happens at a pace.
At a
Okay.
pace, okay.
Faster than the land can regenerate itself. This can render the land desert-like and incapable, blah, blah, blah. Believe it or not, soil is actually available, and remember, I've told you this before, I'm going to say it again. We have here a word with 2 prefixes and 1 suffix, non,
Renewable.
no, what is the,
Renewable.
exactly. The root word,
Renewable.
yeah, the root word is new, non-renewable. See, if you observe the woman, she said non-renewable, okay? You have to break at the prefixes and suffixes. Okay?
Non-renewable, okay.
Renewable, okay?
Renewable, okay.
Yes. Also, I wrote down here renewable, agricultural, and agriculturally. Agriculturally.
Agriculturally, okay.
Yes, and productive. The stress is at the productive, okay?
Productive, okay.
Agriculturally productive land as a result of erosion. Result of erosion, okay? Now, I think the pronunciation is all right, but is there any question about this part or no?
Pace faster, pace.
Yeah, and the pace of life in São Paulo is totally different from the pace of life at the place where your parents live, that I never remember the name. Okay, so the speed of life, the pace of life, okay? So if erosion happens at a velocity faster than the land can regenerate, this can surrender, this can render the land desert-like and incapable of supporting life, okay? Because it takes a long time for the land to regenerate. And if we destroy it faster than it can regenerate, it's going to be a desert, okay? Another question.
Teacher, why I write desert like desert even like
Okay, I'm
the
not sure.
four line desert like what
Okay.
means?
The land
Okay.
is that like
Yes, yeah. What is the hyphen?
The hyphen.
Hyphen. What's we use hyphen in this case?
Because this can end up making the land desert-like. That means similar to a desert. Okay? And incapable. This because desert is not an adjective. and I wanted to use as an adjective. Then I added the hyphen and I make it, it looks like a desert-like area, okay?
Okay.
I just created a new adjective, okay?
Okay.
Like in this case, it's not the verb to like, but the preposition similar to, okay?
Yes. I know.
Any other question about Sparta or no?
No.
Okie dokie. Okay. Now, who is next to Carol? Let's see who is the lucky person. Mr. Oscar. Can you read the next part? Although
Erosion occurs naturally at a very slow rate, human activities have sped up the process by an estimated 10 to 40 times globally. The biggest culprit is unsustainable
one prefix one suffix able. Sustain, sustainable, unsustainable.
unsustainable
Perfect.
agricultural
You see agricultural?
practices and the industrialization of agriculture. The mechanized equipment used in modern agriculture allows for deep plowing of the soil, plowing of the soil. This breaks the soil into finer particles, which is indescribable for agriculture because it facilitates planting and also increases the plant's access to oxygen. However, the plowing also increases the amount of soil that is vulnerable to being washed away by erosion. Throughout much of history, plowing had to be done manually, and it was a labor-intensive process. With the mechanization of agriculture, farmers are able to plow much deeper and more often than ever before, resulting in disastrous consequences for soil quality.
Any question about this?
Culprit.
Plowing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
plowing.
Culprit. Plowing.
Okay, just a moment. Don't,
Desirable.
okay, don't drive me crazy. Let's go in parts. Okay, I got about 5 questions at the same time. Okay, let's go from the beginning to the end. Although erosion occurs naturally, Oscar, I just would like to make some notes concerning pronunciation.
Yes.
It was very good, but you made 3 incorrect particles.
What?
Particles.
Particles.
Particles. Okay.
Okay.
Desirable.
Desirable.
You
Yes.
see, the verb
I
is
see desirable. Yeah. For agriculture. Yeah.
Yes. And we don't say agricul, it's agriculture.
Agriculture.
Okay.
Agriculture. Okay.
Yes. And yes, you see, and if you observe, most of them are made of prefixes and suffixes. It's always like this. See, like agricultural or unsustainable. You see a prefix and a suffix. And then we have here desire is the verb. Then I add able. Okay, I make a noun desirable for agriculture because it facilitates planting, blah, 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 blah. The rest was good.
Okay, thank you.
Now let's go to the questions. Okay, second line, any question? The biggest culprit, understand culprit?
No.
Yes,
No.
culprit.
Is the responsible for the guilty one. Okay? Like when there is a crime, there is always a suspect. But the suspect, we don't know if he's the culprit or not. He's only a suspect. Once you become convinced that he committed the crime, he becomes a culprit. Okay?
Okay.
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 Flow, teacher. Flow.
Plow.
Plow.
Okay.
Plowing.
Plowing.
Yeah, I can explain this, but I think it's easier. Okay? Okay. If you think back about time when tractors did not exist, okay? And people were real farmers. When they were going to plant, they would get, okay, a shovel and
The
go
soil.
there and yes,
To prepare
and the soil for planting, right?
Okay.
Right.
Today, there is no need for that because you have mechanical plowers or tractors, okay? Oh,
Yes.
let me show you a photograph here. You will see. And this is fantastic. And I tell you this because I live on a farm. So like 30 years ago, everything was done manually. Today, I can see from my house, the guy that takes care of the property just plowing the entire area before planting rice. And he can plow a vast area in just one day. In the past, it would take like 30 days to plow it manually. So if you look here, can you see the photographs?
Yeah.
These
Yes.
are all photographs of mechanical plowers. You see it? And what happens when you use these? Of course, you get a better soil for planting, but you also remove a larger area of the surface of the soil. And this area is easily washed away by water. Understand? And this is what is happening.
Yeah.
Okay? In the old days, they would probably get a horse like this photograph here. This is how it would be done in the old days. Let me see if I can. Oh, they even used to write differently. Oh,
Yeah. By horse or by boobs.
yeah, by boobs.
Boobs.
Ah,
Boobs. Bulls. Chicago Bulls.
Chicago Bulls. Yes, yes.
yes, I understood.
Com
No,
the meio
The
com-
sound is danger.
no, unfortunately, you know what I got here? This was also done by boobs.
No, Chicago Bulls. Bulls.
The bulls. Yes,
Bulls,
I
yes.
was imagining how
Strong Bulls. Strong Bulls.
how you would plow the land using the boobs of a woman. Understand?
Very.
That would be
funny.
impossible, my friend. That would be impossible.
right.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Dangerous.
No,
Dangerous, yeah.
I was trying to imagine. Okay, how would they do it? Hold the woman and drag her with the boobs, understand, to plow the soil? Kind of difficult, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, another question about this, besides plowing.
No.
No.
You see, with the mechanization of agriculture, farmers are able to plow much deeper and more often than ever before. Because as I said, in one day, the guy plows the same area that used to take him like 30 days to plow in the past, using horses or bulls, okay?
Yes.
Resulting in disastrous consequence for soil quality, okay? Gloria, can you read the next part for us, please? The effect of erosion.
The effect of the erosion on soil productivity productivity has been felt all over the world in Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and United States, and southern and eastern
Southern.
Europe. Southern and Eastern Europe. In more affluent countries, the use of artificial fertilizer has become more prevalent as a way to offset the
Reduction. I think she froze.
The problem in connection. The problem in connection.
Yes, I will finish. Offset the reduction in soil quality that occurs when the nutrient-rich layers of topsoil are washed away.
that occur in the nutrient-rich.
Gloria, it's almost impossible to understand you. Your internet is echoing.
Yeah.
Oh, however, this in turn has created a new set of problems. Over
Internet
application.
down, teacher.
Ah, now it's good. Now it's perfect again. Can you finish?
Internet. However, this in turn has created a new set of problems. Over-application of fertilizer in common, and much of the excess gets washed away and transported to nearby bodies of water, where the nutrients in the fertilizer can upset the local ecosystem.
Okay, 2 words, nearby and ecosystem. Yeah, you see, you needed to remember that rule. Remember, Mike, Mickey, okay? Like eco, you have a vowel, consonant, vowel. So you pronounce the first vowel as in the alphabet, eco. Here, we have vowel, consonant, consonant. Then we say echo, 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 eco, echo. Eco. Yes. And there was another word. Yes, like you say, product, you say productivity, not productivity, okay?
Productivity.
Very good. The rest was perfect. Any question about this part?
Offset.
Yes.
Start. As a way to start the reduction, okay? To start up the reduction in soil quality.
Okay, thank you.
This is the beginning of a process, okay? Because you put more fertilizer to make the soil better, but you just start a deterioration process of the soil, okay?
Okay.
Any other question about Sparta or no?
No.
It's okay.
Okay, okay. Erika, can you read this next part for us, please?
Yes. Deforestation has also played a role in the rapid increase in erosion globally. Trees and plant roots naturally bind the soil and anchor it to prevent too much from being washed away. They also provide cover and reduce the speed at which rain hits the ground, absorbing much of the impact. This allows the water to trickle to the ground and absorb slowly, rather than flow over the surface and wash away the soil. Deforestation of lands for agriculture and development has rendered large regions of the world unproductive. The effect is amplified in areas that are used for urban development, where the ground is covered with a layer of asphalt of concrete. These surfaces make it difficult for water to penetrate the ground and increase the volume of runoff to surrounding areas. In addition, the runoff from urban areas is often polluted with fuel, oil, and other chemicals.
Okay, let's start before you start asking me questions. Let me just go over the pronunciation. We say allows, okay? Not allow, allows.
Allows.
Yes, allow is the same of to permit, to allow, okay?
Okay.
Absorbing.
Absorbing.
Yes, this allows the water to trickle to the ground and absorb slowly. Now, Erika, the R in English is always, without exception, like the R of the Mineiros. We don't say header, we say rather. Or portão, porteira. Okay? Rather than flow over. Yeah, the surface. Okay?
Okay.
Agriculture.
Agriculture.
Okay. And unproductive. Unproductive.
Unproductive.
Okay. Any question about this part, please?
Anchor.
Hmm?
I don't know the exact pronunciation. Anchor.
Anchor.
To prevent, yeah.
Yes, anchor. Anchor is a way of stopping something, you know, like when a boat needs to stop in the middle of the ocean, they drop the anchor.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Anchor. Anchor it to prevent too much from being washed away.
Okay.
This part here, I think it's interesting to talk about. Let's discuss it together. Imagine a forest like the Amazon, where you have thousands of trees, one next to the other, right?
Yes.
Okay, trees and plant roots naturally bind the soil. That means they close a very strict circle around the soil. They practically cover the soil and anchor it to prevent too much from being washed away. What happens, for example, when it rains a lot in the Amazon, you have practically, you still have vast areas that are covered by trees. So the trees in a certain way, they absorb the impact of the rain, understand?
Yeah.
And it keeps coming down in trickles, little by little, little by little. It's different, for example, when it rains a lot in São Paulo. São Paulo is a good example. What happens? All the area that you have is covered by asphalt or concrete.
Yeah.
Which doesn't absorb any water. The water, as they say here, washes away. Understand?
Yeah.
And accumulates in some place because it cannot penetrate the soil to the soil.
Yeah.
And then causes a lot of floods. When you start cutting down the trees, the water will hit the soil faster, not little by little. Understand? And this will wash away the soil. Understand? So deforestation of lands for agriculture and development has rendered large regions of the world unproductive. The land that you, let's say, in which you cut down all the trees will never be a fertile land for planting, understand? Because the layers, the first good layers of the soil will be washed away.
Yeah, the erosion.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah. A good example is the Trans-Amazon. Remember?
Yeah.
Large, large parts of it that have been left abandoned, erosion has destroyed. You can't even
Yes.
see the
Yes.
road anymore. Understand?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Another question about this part, or it's okay?
No.
No.
Trickle.
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 Yes, it's like in little bits, not very fast. Okay, like it keeps. Oh, look at my hand, please. Can you see the camera?
Yeah.
Here you have the trees, the rain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then it penetrates, but it doesn't come down very fast. It comes down in trickles.
Okay.
If you don't have the trees, it goes like this, and then washes away the land. Okay. And the worst is here. Okay. This is probably the worst part. All the water that is washed away in urbanized areas is polluted with fuel, okay, Erika? Fuel,
Okay.
oil, and other chemicals. And where does it go to? Rivers.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
After the ocean.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, as a natural consequence, rivers flow into the ocean. Okay?
Yeah.
Regina, can you read the next paragraph for us, please? Lastly,
Lastly, climate change has led to more extreme climate events,
it's
including
not
extreme
climate. There is no mate. It's just like saying chocolate. It doesn't exist. It's climate.
climate.
Yes, the
Extreme
stress is in the first syllable, climate.
Extreme climate events, including extreme rainfall and hurricanes. Scientists predicted that increased rainfall intensity and quantity will lead to greater rates of erosion. Rising sea levels have also increased the rate of coastal erosion, which has been increasingly problematic for low-lying developed areas along the coast, such as Florida and Hawaii.
Okay, Regina, only one observation here. The verb is to rise.
Rise.
So when I add ing, you say rising sea levels, not rising, rising, okay?
Rising, okay.
Any question about this part, guys?
Low lying.
Okay.
Low lying.
This means developed areas that are at the sea level or even at very low areas near the sea level. Understand? It's like there used to be a very beautiful beach near, I think it was in Santa Catarina. What was the name? Let me see if I remember. It's disappearing because it was in a low-lying area and the ocean is covering it. Praia do Mel. Is it in Santa Catarina, Regina?
Yeah.
Paraná, Ilha do Mel.
Yeah, is it Paraná or Santa Catarina?
Santa Catarina.
Yes.
It's almost disappearing,
Ilha do Mel é
isn't it?
Paraná.
But
No,
isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I thought it was in Santa Catarina, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Santa Catarina.
As far as I remember, this is disappearing, isn't it? Most of the houses
covering this.
Yes, most of the houses have already been eroded and destroyed by the sea, okay? Because they are in low-lying areas, okay? Okay, Carol?
Okay.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Okay, we finished the class, but just to finish this, Dirce, can you read the next part? As erosion has become a bigger problem in the past decades.
As erosion has become a bigger problem in past decades, scientists have been working to better understand the phenomenon. In 1965, American scientists came up with the universal soil loss equation, a way to estimate soil erosion by raindrop
Drops.
impact, and surface runoff. The mathematical equation has since been applied all over the world, helping scientists predict which conservation measures will have the greatest impact on reducing soil loss.
Okay. Any problem about this part or no? It's okay.
Raindrop.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Tum, tum, tum. No?
I know the music, but I know the meaning. I don't know the meaning.
You know what's rain?
Rain a lot?
Raindrop.
No. It's the little
No?
drops of water, like toop, 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 toop.
Ah, little drop. Okay.
Yeah, raindrop. Okay?
Okay.
That's why the song, raindrops keep falling on my head. Okay?
Okay.
Who sing?
Okay.
Who sing?
I'm sorry. What's
Who
the word?
sings this music? Who sings this music?
I think it was my great grandfather. Okay? Don't remember. Sorry about that. It's an old song. Okay, excellent. We can stop here. Tomorrow we'll just finish. I think we have just a few more paragraphs. Yeah, just a couple more, but we don't have time. I have to give another class in a few minutes.
Okay.
And if you have time, try to do the comprehension, which we'll correct tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you,
See
teacher.
tomorrow.
Neil
Thank you.
Diamond sings that song. Neil Diamond.
Really? Neil Diamond.
New
Okay.
Diamond.
Neil Diamond. Yeah.
You know what? I think that by now he's a very old diamond.
I think it is the song.
Diamond never is old, teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Diamond
not
never,
new. It's not
never
new
was long.
anymore.
Never was old.
Yes, never gets
Diamond
old.
is ever young, ever new.
Diamonds are forever.
Diamond.
Okay. Thank you for sharing this
Thank you.
information.
Thank you for class,
Thank you,
teacher.
everyone. See
Yeah.
you tomorrow.
See
Yep.
you,
Bye-bye,
everyone, tomorrow.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
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 See you
Bye-bye.
the night.
Yes, you too.